Hi, so I'm Dr. Chad McGee, and here today to talk about vaccines for your horse. Basically, we break vaccines down into two categories. So you've got your core vaccines, which every horse should get regardless of where they're going and what they're doing, and those would be Eastern, Western, Tetanus, West Nile, and rabies. So in addition to those, then we have our risk-based vaccines that we give based on risk of exposure to a disease and severity of the disease. For those, like if your horse was going to be showing, competing in a boarding barn where there's a lot of horse traffic around, it's a very good idea to vaccinate for your contagious respiratory diseases like flu, rhino, and strangles. In addition to that, if you were feeding round bales, if you were going to be going down to the mid-Atlantic area, botulism is a lot more common down in that area than it is where we're at up here in the Northeast. But if you were going there or you were feeding round bales, it's a good idea to vaccinate for botulism as well. In addition to that, Potomac horse fever is also another one to consider. It's certainly much more prevalent down in other parts of the country like the Mid-Atlantic area than it is up here in the Northeast. That being said, we definitely do get it up here in the Northeast, so it's certainly one to consider as well. Lyme disease, it's off-label, meaning we don't have an FDA-approved product for it. That being said, we use the small animal vaccine in our horses, and we do get some pretty good coverage with it. But again, these are all things to consider, and I think it's a very good conversation to have with your veterinarian as well. Some of these vaccines, if they're given by a veterinarian, will come with a guarantee from the vaccine manufacturer so that if there is a break in the vaccine, that manufacturer will then step up to the plate and actually pay towards the treatment of your horse. And another point too, as far as having a veterinarian give the vaccines, I know that there's a lot of online pharmacies and places where you can buy rabies and give rabies yourself, and that's all well and good, and certainly your horse will likely be protected if you give it appropriately or properly. But as far as the law is concerned, that animal is considered unvaccinated without a doubt unless it is given by a veterinarian. So again, these are all things to consider, but hopefully we answered some questions here for you guys, and have a good one.